welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Bad Bunny.
It's boy K Things.
I'm playing. This is Eddie McGee. It's the Super Bowl. Let's get right into it, man. All right. Super Bowl. What the fuck number was this Super Bowl?
59?
59,
Maybe.
was it? No, it's more than that, I think. Because 50 was what, 12 years ago? The Super Bowl licks. That's what it is. I'm not great with Roman numerals for some reason.
Yeah. Once you get
Nigga, once you get past 3,
I think it's 60, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know what LX stands for.
I do not know either. What Super Bowl number are
Yeah,
we on?
60.
60?
Yeah.
All right. Super Bowl 60. What did we just watch? It's very uneventful, in my humble opinion. Obviously, the Seahawks got the win. It was a very easy win. Drake May was throwing the ball all over the place except to his receivers. And the Seahawks won in the San Francisco 49ers home field, which was kind of hard to watch as a Niner fan. But life goes on, okay? We got bills to pay. We got to go to work and shit, so who cares?
Yeah. I think it's interesting when you hear I know some people watch the games with the commentators off, or, they may be playing music during the Super Bowl or, just talking and stuff. But if you hear Chris Collinsworth talking, he looked like it's the same thing. Like,
Here's a guy.
when they're like former NFL players a lot of the times, right? Like even Tony Romo sometimes. When they're talking about quarterbacks that are just not seeing the field or just playing terrible, they're like always scratching their head. Like they'll go back to a replay and be like, I don't know what this guy was doing right here. This guy is wide open, or he's just not seeing it out there. This is this is terrible. Like they start to get real honest with the game. And that's how they were talking about Drake May. And he just looked like the moment was a little too big for him. Because even the simple throws where guys were wide open, he was throwing it into the dirt. The second touchdown he threw, the receiver had to pick it up off the ground
Oh, my God.
to catch the ball. So I think that it was not a great performance. It reminded me of when the Seahawks won their Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl, I think, versus the Broncos. Was that it?
Yep.
Where it was like they just smacked them around. So, yeah, Seahawks won. I think it's cool. I love the comeback story for Sam Darnold, though. For him being the number 3 pick, 7 years ago or something like that, and he get bounced around. He was on 5 different teams. I think he was on the Panthers at one point, obviously the Jets, the Vikings, the 49ers. And then, he's now on the Seahawks. And
Wasn't he on the Panthers, too?
yeah, he's on the Panthers.
Yeah.
And for him to get bounced around so many times, and even the 49ers, it was like what people were saying, like he didn't play that much, but
No.
what people were saying during the offseason is like, he just looked kind of like Sam Darnold. Like it wasn't nothing impressive. Then he went to the Vikings, and then they were the number 1 seed, but they ended up getting beat up in the playoffs. And then for him to kind of make his way back to the Super Bowl,
That's insane.
Like it says something about the Vikings, first of all, because their situation is terrible.
Yes, it
Obviously,
does.
the Niners, we got a lot going on over there. So but he can look back at all those teams and was like, he bet on himself. And,
Does it say more about the impatience of these franchises, or does it say more about just his resilience?
I think that, to me, every situation is different. You have a lot of teams where, bad organizations where they don't really put the pieces around the quarterback. The Seahawks have a great defense, and they have a really good running game. So that's like the best thing you can do for a quarterback. And he didn't play great, but there were, when he was younger, he was throwing picks, picks and picks and picks. But now, he doesn't turn the ball over as much. And when his receivers are open, he typically, gets the ball to them. So I think that there's a lot of organizations that don't know how to develop quarterbacks, or they don't know how to scout quarterbacks, or the coordinators are, not really fit for, calling plays for specific people. And maybe they're not doing what's best for them. But I think him too, like, I don't know. He doesn't seem like a person that really has a chip on his shoulder.
No.
He just seems like a person that just goes out and does his job. So I don't really see like him being like the most resilient person, but I just think he got put in, he probably just matured a little bit, started seeing the field a little better, and it just took him a while to get there. But yeah, like you said, the organizations are not patient. You got guys like Trey Lance that got bounced out after maybe 4 starts or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You got and then there's other quarterbacks that get extended playing time, and they probably shouldn't be starting on certain teams. So it's kind of like hit or miss. The thing about it is the NFL is like the most competitive league, in terms, or one of the most competitive leagues, and there are organizations that are like on point in terms of how they draft players and how they develop players and all these things. And then there's other organizations that are not as good, and you get exploited by the organizations that run it really well. And that's what you see time and time again. Like, good organizations are always going to stay around. Like what the Patriots were able to do post Tom Brady, after like it was a few years where it didn't work, but for them to get back to the Super Bowl without Bill Belichick and without Tom Brady says a lot about that organization.
Yeah,
same thing
absolutely.
with the Seahawks without Pete Carroll and
Russell
Wilson and Richard Sherman and all
Starts
those
at the
guys.
top, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck this popped up. This is actually a little hilarious. It's not really game related, but we'll take a shot at it. It's posted by World Star Hip Hop, so take this with a grain of salt, I guess. Just moments after Stephon Diggs and the Patriots suffered a heartbreaking Super Bowl loss, eagle-eyed fans noticed something was up. Both he and Cardi B have officially unfollowed each other on Instagram. There's no official word on what happened, but the timing is suspicious. Diggs was later asked about possibly playing for the Patriots next season, and he didn't exactly shut it down, saying he hopes so, even though it's not fully up to him. So I just want to know, who are these fans that find out when people unfollow each other?
That's so weird to me.
I don't understand. How do you find that?
That's such a Gen Z type situation, or Generation X, because, like you said, who's paying attention to that? And also, on their end, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we break up, we unfollow each other, then I just it's kind of childish.
Yeah, you've made social media so important that it's like unfollowing you means nothing. Mm-hmm. Like if you unfollow somebody in real life, it's like if I unfollow you in real life, I may forget to even unfollow you on social. It may take me a while because I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there waiting. You know what? I'm deleting them from my social. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I hate that that's even news nowadays.
Yeah, it's crazy. Can you imagine if that was really her motivation to break up with him though? Mm-hmm. You told me that you was going to fucking win a Super Bowl, but you losing the game like that? Like, hell no, motherfucker. You better win the game.
I had a better performance than you?
That's crazy. I was just on Bad Bunny as an extra, and I did better than you in the game. My pussy don't even get wet for you no more. Never. Okay, Cardi B.
He's so big and strong.
It's like, you lost the game. I might as well holler at Bad Bunny and see what Bad Bunny doing, because at least he ain't losing the Super Bowl or nothing like that. And he ain't got 5 baby mamas like you.
Dang.
Man, I bet you that nigga got somebody pregnant tonight out of frustration.
Dang. Yeah.
He had 3 baby mamas on the way, and then he did a paternity test, or not a paternity test, what do you call it, a DNA test? Mm-hmm. Found out he had another one last November.
Yeah.
That's the biggest. That's the playbook to being broke after the NFL. Have a bunch of illegitimate children and live like that, and then when the money's not coming in like that no more, you have to maintain all those payments for the next 18 years.
Yeah.
like Nick Cannon is literally, I don't even know how much money he's paying in child support, but I know it's crazy.
Yeah, with Steph too. Like if he's not with Cardi B, that's gonna be another situation. So I don't know how that will work out because Cardi B kind of takes care of herself. But yeah, man, that's not a good look.
Not a good look, man. It's just irresponsibility. But besides that, the game was uneventful. It was so uneventful that Cardi B unfollowing Stephon Diggs got my attention. That would never get my attention.
Yeah,
But the commercials were equally as bad. I didn't see any commercials that really stood out. There were some good ones. I guess Keith had mentioned there was the NFL one with the guy. I guess he was. I can't remember all the distinct details.
he was. It was like a little kid, and it was showing. I don't know what the point of it was, but I do remember that it was like this kind of back and forth, like a time jump from the kid to the adult, and the kid was in the room, and he was like giving this passionate speech to like these toys, and then it shows him eventually growing up, and then he's like coaching real kids. So I thought that was pretty dope. But yeah, it wasn't too many that stuck out to me. Yeah, I couldn't even really think of any other ones that stuck out. There was some really bad ones though.
Yeah, most of them were bad. It's like they pay these guys millions of dollars to come up with these creative ideas for these commercials, and they just don't do a good job. Mm-hmm. The Dunkin' commercial wasn't great. There's a whole bunch of other ones that weren't very good, man. Mm-hmm. And I was hard to stay awake. I'm still fighting sleep watching that fucking game. The best part of the game to me was Bad Bunny's performance and the sugar cookies that I ate.
Eddie smacked like 8 sugar cookies.
I did, bro. No lie. I was on the toilet too, man.
I didn't think that the Dunkin' one was that bad. It wasn't amazing, but I didn't think it was that bad. I think what happens a lot with these commercials is that everybody's like trying to I think everybody's trying to be like have a moment, right? And I think it's okay to like do something daring. But what ends up happening is there's not enough like simple like commercials that tug at your heart emotionally. I thought another one that was all right was it was Budweiser, maybe? It was the one with
the 150-year one?
With the eagle. It was like the eagle had fell from like the nest or something like that, and then the horse had came over and kind of like sheltered it from the rain, and then they were kind of like but basically the horse had raised the eagle, and then by the time it kind of like jumped over the thing, and it almost looked like a Pegasus, but the eagle was like the wings, and then the eagle flew off, and then the old man was like crying because he's seen the whole journey of the eagle. So I thought that was pretty cool.
They get mentioned like 150 years or something like. No, what they say?
I don't know about the years. I didn't see that part. But I just remember seeing that.
Over 100 years or whatever for the beer. I think the company that's missing out is Chevy, man. Like the Chevy trucks.
Yeah.
They got to come out. Like back in the 90s, they had Like a Rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Mm-hmm. And they had all those trucks, like it would be trucks like driving in the city, or trucks working on a farm, or trucks like getting loaded with rocks and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like those commercials were huge in the 90s. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is now. And I think I've heard them bring the song back once, like in the last decade. Mm-hmm. But they could just do a whole rollout, bro.
Yeah, that would be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a cool opportunity to be on a creative team to come up with a Super Bowl ad. Yeah, that would be cool. Cause it's like, I think there's a huge need for, just simple, simple emotional commercials. Just something basic. Especially, there's a lot of different companies now that are coming up, especially like technology based and things like that. And I think that they can do like some cool stuff. It was like that. I thought the AI commercial was cool. The one with it was the Claude commercial where the dude was like asking a question and then the black dude responded, but you could tell it was like very like AI-ish.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a handful of cool commercials. Not anything that was like the best commercials I've ever seen, but I thought they were decent. But yeah, I think that they could use like just some some fresh energy in those creative rooms.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a guy that's like 57 years old being like the hit person to bring your company there. You got to get some different people there. Let's move on to the halftime show. All right. What did I think of the halftime show? I thought the halftime show was dope. I think I liken it to Kendrick Lamar last year when he embedded a lot of symbolism in his art. Like basically when he had Samuel Jackson up there, or there was just so much. I can't even remember all of it. But I will say that the symbolism was that of the Black experience in America, right? Whether it was down to clothes he was wearing, to the dance, people dancing and whatnot. Also, him coming off that feud with Drake and saying Drake's name during the Super Bowl. I was pretty sure he would get sued for that, but I mean, he didn't get sued again. But when it comes to Bad Bunny, what I took from it is how the origin of how it opened up, where they're like he was working in this like a cornfield or something. I guess he was giving you like an example of his life and his journey, and also representing his people and other like Latinos, all shades of Latinos, Afro Latinos, and also too, what kind of threw me off, and me and your wife caught it at the same time, is like they zoomed in and it was some dude like freak dancing on another dude by the truck.
Yeah,
I was like, oh man, what the heck? But besides the gay stuff, I thought it was a great performance. Thought it was cool.
I think it might be plantain trees. Or maybe sugar cane. That's what I'm seeing online.
Plantain, that's what they said?
Yeah.
Plantains in Puerto Rico, they call it plantanos. It looked like a banana, but it's a big-ass plantain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's plantains are huge like in like Nigeria and Puerto Rico and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was a dope performance. But honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan of Lady Gaga being up there. That was just felt like extra.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that personally. And she did her song, but she put like a Spanish twist on the song. No offense to Lady Gaga, but they could have had a Latino up there. Just just find a Latino artist and let them rock out. They got Ricky Martin was up there, but then they had Lady Gaga. That threw me for a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
And then she did like it was like a salsa version of like if the world was ending. Like why? Why? I don't know, but I didn't understand that. I feel like they could have got somebody else up there. I feel like who would have been perfect to be on the halftime show with and mind you, folks, I'm not Latino, so forgive me here. But who would have been perfect on the halftime show with Bad Bunny is Kali Uchis.
Yeah, that's what my dad was saying.
Really? That's what he said?
Yeah, he said that like 10 times.
I didn't even hear him say that. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, your pops know what he's talking about then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought she would have been dope up there. Not only is she Spanish speaking as well, but she's dope.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a lot of songs. What the hell is that song? It's a vibe she got. Oh my, it'll come to me. But anyways, I think it would have been dope for her to perform up there, and it would have made a lot more sense than Lady Gaga getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't really know what she had to offer, but it was. I think that the version of the song was dope.
Mm-hmm.
The version of the song that she did was dope, though.
Yeah, it sounded good to me.
It sounded good to me too. It just didn't make sense to like for her to pop up on a Latino themed halftime show.
Yeah, it was. It just seemed a little out of place, but I like the music, so I wasn't really.
Yeah.
But I also know what it is. It's a Super Bowl. You generally people bring guest performers on. Who knows why? Maybe they're just relationships involved, or maybe they just, creatively want to put together certain people to give them an opportunity or whatever. But yeah, I think for me, creatively, it was cool with the power lines and like the trees were like humans kind of walking around, and it kind of told a story. And to me, without knowing what the songs are about or what any of the music is about, it seemed to me like a young boy kind of growing up in Puerto Rico, being able to make his way to the Super Bowl stage. And he's kind of had I don't know too much about his upbringing, but I do know that I would imagine he's from humble beginnings, and then he was able to turn that into essentially the biggest artist in the world right now.
Right.
So I think that is fire. I will say too, like even sometimes when you watch a Super Bowl and you're not too familiar with the artist, like you may grow more of an affinity for their music and stuff like that. That didn't necessarily happen for me. There was a couple songs where I was kind of like, catching myself like kind of bobbing to, but I just didn't really think that. It's just not, the music is just not for me, and
Right.
and that's perfectly fine.
Right. Right. It's here's the thing. When you say the music is not for you, it's not for you because you're not searching for it in your algorithm. Like you're not looking for Spanish sounding music. You're familiar with the artist, you know who he is, but you're not trying to find a whole new halftime show to listen to.
Right.
That's the thing that's crazy. Like I don't care what if it's Spanish speaking, if it's Sikh Indian or whatever it is. I'm not gonna change the channel. I'm not gonna create a whole new halftime show to protest another halftime show.
Yeah.
And the fact that like I seen Jake Paul, Logan, they asked him, "Are you excited for the Bad Bunny?" And he's like, "No," and he walked off. And then Jake called him a fake American. He said, "I'm tired of this fake American that disrespects this country." Like fake American? That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy to call him a fake American. He's like, and then the president said, "I don't understand what this guy is saying." What?
Yeah. Most
Like,
people don't. That's fine.
That's fine. And the thing about it is the picture you're painting is like, what is this? Is America supposed to be white or something? I thought it was supposed to be a melting pot.
Yeah.
I thought we act like we love each other. That's the problem with America too. We act like we love each other and we're just like this big old happy family. When in actuality, people will prove to you that they don't fuck with you. When they create a whole new motherfucking halftime show to rival another halftime show because they don't like who's performing. I remember Beyonce went up there. People was like, "This is anti-American. This is this and that." I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
You know how many halftime shows I've seen throughout the years, and it was groups or people that I wasn't that familiar with, and I was just rocking with it. I didn't care. And if it didn't interest me, I was just like, "Oh, okay. What? We got some more chicken wings in the kitchen." It didn't bother me. I've seen a bunch of groups that were up there. Especially, there was a lot of groups or artists that were not from America.
Yeah. To me, I just watch for, especially now, because the performances have been much more elaborate.
Yeah.
The production value of them has gone up. So back in the day when you had like Michael Jackson and Prince and all that, like it was pretty simple. Like you had some people on stage, you might have a dope setup on stage, but it wasn't like what Kendrick or Bad Bunny did, where they got different set design pieces and all this other stuff. And even what Rihanna did, it wasn't really that. It wasn't as elaborate back in the day.
Okay. Here goes all the ones that I could find non-American because Bad Bunny is American. So Paul McCartney from United Kingdom, the Rolling Stones, United Kingdom, Sting, United Kingdom, U2, Ireland, Shakira, Colombia, Coldplay, United Kingdom, The Weeknd, Canada, Rihanna, Barbados, Shania Twain, Canada, Phil Collins, United Kingdom, and then J Balvin, Colombia. So it's like, I mean, are these people not from here? You call it, and he's actually from America. I don't know, man.
I mean, we get it. I mean, I don't know if we got to keep reiterating that they just being racist.
Yeah, basically, that's all it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
Let's see here. And well, before we move on from there was a Turning Point USA halftime show. I was trying to find a way to watch it. He told me, "Oh, it was on YouTube," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, they put a thing on there that I guess there was some licensing thing, so they were only able to stream it on YouTube. So yeah, Kid Rock performing. I think it was a couple other people.
Yeah,
that were on there.
Yeah, there was. Let's see here. Turning Point USA's All-American halftime show. Kid Rock was the headliner. And then they had Brant Gilbert, Lee Brice, and Gabby Barrett. The concert serves as a conservative alternative to the Super Bowl Apple Music halftime show. This All-American lineup. Okay, but here's the thing. There was obviously no diversity on the conservative thing. Ultimately, man, when it comes down to it, if this is supposed to be about American values, that's not really what it is. When you look at Kid Rock, some lyrics resurfaced about him many years ago, and it says, and this is a fact check. The lyrics read, yes, Kid Rock saying, I like him underage, and some say that's statutory. I call that mandatory, said Cool Daddy Cool on the ad lib there. Yeah, that's not okay. I wonder if you vet the artists that come up on the stage, because that's actually very weird. And he also had a country festival where everybody pulled out and the show got canceled. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this shit is... I can't make much of it. I didn't listen to as much as I should have. It didn't look terrible. From what I've seen, it didn't look like it was horrible.
Yeah, they had some production value for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know about that, but there's a bunch of white people singing country music and whatnot. A little bit of rock music.
Yeah, typical Kid Rock. All right. Also, I want you guys to realize this when they talk about an all-American show, what kind of people they're allowing on there. Let's see here. In May 2024, Rolling Stone published an interview with Kid Rock in which the journalist David Peisner reported that the musician frequently used the N-word and brandished a handgun during the conversation. And here's the context. The interview took place at Kid Rock's Nashville home for a profile on his political views and career. His behavior, according to Peisner, an intoxicated Kid Rock went out on a rant about immigration, used the N-word multiple times, and waved a black handgun around while saying, I got a fucking gun, goddammit, right here if I need it. I got them everywhere. Specific slurs. The reporter noted that Kid Rock used the N-word during a discussion about Detroit rapper Trick Trick and allegedly referred to his own white butler by a racially charged nickname. They call him Uncle Tom. Is what his butler's name is.
Dang.
Yeah. So his reaction at the end of the encounter, Kid Rock told the reporter to write the most horrific article about me. And this is the person that you're having as American values. Hey, God bless him. All right, let's go ahead and move on.
You racist bastard.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Ain't got much.
Any other thoughts on the Super Bowl?
Any other thoughts on it? I'm ready for baseball season.
I feel like, do you think that the Seahawks would be the favorite going into next year?
Fuck no.
Who would be the favorite?
Chiefs.
The Chiefs?
Yep. They just got back Bieniemy
Okay.
as an offensive coordinator. They've had the most success under Bieniemy. So I think that when Eric Bieniemy comes back, I don't know if Kelsey's probably not going to retire. He hinted at it, and then he just stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
So I think that they'll be trying to make a run, especially with Travis Kelce on his way out. And I can't speak for the 49ers. I have no clue what they're going to do.
I think 49ers healthy. I think they can be competitive. I just don't know.
They're limited, man.
That would look like. I think the Seahawks can. The thing about it is they have a young defense. Like a lot of those players they drafted. Like they drafted in Jigba, they drafted number 21. I forget his name. Sam Darnold. They got him under contract for a few more years. So it looks like they can build some pieces around him. Obviously, going back to back is very difficult, and you get a lot of complacency and stuff like that. But with a defense like that, they're going to be hard to beat. But yeah, it's good. I think it's going to be a wide open season next year. I think a lot of people didn't really know how good the Seahawks were until today, which is kind of odd because they were the number one seed in the NFC. But I think a lot of people looked at it like a fluke because they had Sam Darnold at quarterback. But, yeah.
He pulled that shit out like a motherfucker. He won.
What about predictions for performers next year?
For who? Performers next year. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, man.
I know who it's not going to be.
Kid Rock.
Yeah, it's not going to be Kid Rock.
He did it. I'm gonna keep it real. When Kid Rock was at the Super Bowl, though, he rocked that shit. I mean, before we found out he was a blatant racist,
Yeah, we didn't know.
that abused the N word. I mean, the guy killed it up there on stage. I'm not gonna hate on him.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I gotta
Other
go.
artists? Go
I
ahead.
gotta go with Taylor Swift.
She has to.
She gotta do
She
it.
has to.
And I don't imagine. I think it's a long shot for the Chiefs to get back, but I think she has to do it regardless. But I think the way she talked about it is, she doesn't really want Travis Kelce to be playing in the Super Bowl, but they would have to make that announcement so far ahead.
Man, fuck all that. She needs to perform.
Yeah.
Like, with all due respect, like Travis, he doesn't know if he's going to be in the Super Bowl or not. You need to just make the commitment and do it. She's too big.
Yeah, maybe Cardi B doing it. I mean, she didn't perform, but her being in it this year kind of gave her
I
more.
think Cardi B lost a little bit of that buzz, though.
What do you mean?
Like, the buzz that she had. I feel like usually artists who are at the very top of their game are the ones that go.
No, I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm saying that being that she was in the performance today while her guy or baby daddy or whatever was playing, I think maybe Taylor Swift seeing that or, being able to.
It might warm her up to
Yeah,
the
like,
idea
oh,
of
okay,
it.
this is not that bad type situation.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think who could perform? Ooh, man.
Chris Brown, he said, and how it'd be a lot of like subliminal stuff, but he said something like, it looks like they need me or something like that with a smiley
Really?
face. Yeah, that's what he posted.
I mean, as long as if you stop punching women, they could have you up on there, man. She want that lovey-dovey, punch, punch, punch. This Brown is so fun. All right, maybe. He's overly talented. Like Chris Brown could rock. Chris Rock would kill the Super Bowl.
I don't see it. I mean,
do you
I'm
mean?
and not even talking about his talent.
Oh, just the
I don't think
idea.
that Jay-Z is going to Chris Brown like, hey, it's your turn, young fella. I just don't see. I don't see the NFL, and obviously, if you're playing, there's been a lot of domestic violence situations, and they be kind of lenient in some certain circumstances, but I don't see the NFL saying, Chris Brown, here is your opportunity to perform, given his history, especially because it was so public. It was such a huge situation. So, yeah, I don't really see them doing that.
Green Day performed earlier too, but they literally had they had a political.
They were like performing in protest.
Yeah, but they pulled political punches. I guess I don't know if they said it because they said they were literally. Let's see what they see here. In quote. Oh my goodness. They're an American idiot. Yeah, they changed the whole thing. This what they said. I'm not a part of my MAGA agenda. End quote. You remember that song American Idiot?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess they said that. I think they pulled the punches though when it came time to perform. They didn't say that. They're not gonna allow you to say that. Yeah, but shout out to Green Day, man.
Yeah.
I hate. They say that politics and sports don't blend, right? But I gotta disagree because anytime a Super Bowl, NBA, MLB team win, where do they go? The White House.
It's all about eyes at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I don't think that there's and one, politics is our life.
Yeah.
Like, people act like you can just turn it on or turn it off. Like, anything that I do is political. Even at my job, we got unions. There's like, we vote for things. There's like, there's a hierarchy involved. Like, everything is political. And you're also working with people that are conservative and some people that are like very liberal. There's people that like, I have one coworker that his fantasy football team is the January Sixers. And then I also have coworkers that like have rainbows in their classroom and stuff like, you know what I mean? So that's just kind of like,
Those votes be crazy.
it's the nature of the beast. So, yeah, I don't think like, it's everywhere. It's in church, it's in school, it's in, in your homes and everything.
The Been conversations probably be crazy. It'd be like a conservative dude, like, when are we gonna get extra toilet paper for the bathroom? Because like we're using single ply toilet paper, that's just not American. And then it'll be another teacher like, do we have anything for like trans affirming? Like, is there anything for the trans students here that they could use our restrooms? And he's like, if we just get double ply toilet paper, that should be enough for everybody. You know, this is America. There's nobody. It's like, oh my God, what's wrong with all these people?
Can we get some toilet paper that's actually made in America?
Yeah,
This Mexican toilet paper is hurting my ass.
This Mexican toilet paper really did a number on me. My finger goes straight to the toilet paper. I'm tired of fingering my ass. We need double ply toilet paper now.
Oh, dang.
Oh no, it'll be some super far right racist shit. It'll be like, this Mexican toilet paper is not gonna cut it. I don't want to feel like I'm getting wiped by an illegal. People like, oh my God.
Like, dang.
Even toilet paper is racist? What the fuck? Oh, man.
It's bad out there, man.
It's bad out here, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Bad Bunny, man. I think he did. One thing I can appreciate.
Oi.
One thing I can appreciate is like cultural specificity.
Yeah.
And I think that is dope for him to be able to go up on stage and put on for his culture.
Absolutely.
Same thing in music. I mean, not music, but in movies. Like they did it's like I forget. There's a movie that came out and the dude won. He's a Brazilian cat, but he won the best actor or something like that at the Golden Globes or one of them award shows. And the movie it was filmed. The whole production was Brazilian. Like everything was Brazilian, and I thought that was so dope.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and it's not getting whitewashed. It's not getting
That-
Hollywooded out or whatever. Like it's very Brazilian.
Absolutely. That's why, like, when it comes to movies like the Joy Luck Club, this everybody was like, I don't know if they were Korean or what they were, but that's how the movie should have been.
Yeah.
And I feel like this performance is no slight to Lady Gaga. I feel like it should have been another Latino there instead of her. Simply because, like, if you look at, like, naturally, like, you look at the show Friends, right, in the 90s, hardly ever do I remember it being, like, multicultural. It was just white friends hanging out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's normal in American culture to see, like, shows that are all white, like Cheers, you know, and all these other shows that were white. Nobody had a problem, like Home Improvement. Like, and I grew up watching these shows. I love these shows.
Yeah.
But whenever there's a show that's, like, unapologetically black, there's a problem, you know. There's not enough diversity. We got to have, like, a random white principal here or, like, whatever. It's like, come on, man. And also, like you mentioned, for shows that are, like, Latino or primarily Hispanic, they need Hispanic writers. You can't have a room with, like, 5 white guys, 1 black guy, and then they're like, "Oh, this is a show about the Mexican experience in California." That just does not make sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. About
That happens a lot, man. It's I think it's happening a lot less now, where they're not like whitewashing everything. Because there's a lot more. I think there's a lot more diversity in terms of like directors and writers and stuff like that. Like, you know, that movie Crazy Rich Asians that came out a while ago. You got like Barry Jenkins with Moonlight. You know, he was able to win like Best Picture, I believe, that year. You got, you know, guys like Ryan Coogler who are doing their thing. So it's just dope. Guillermo del Toro, he's out there. He's, you know, I think he's from Mexico. So the guy I was talking about, his name is Wagner Mara. In the movie I was talking about, it's called The Secret Agent. I think it's about, what is this? What is it? The movie is about, he's like a popular, I think he was like a drug dealer or something like that. It's a political thriller. Yeah, I can't really see the guy's name, but yeah, check it out. Secret Agent.
You said who?
Secret Agent. That's the name of the movie I was talking about.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Freaking. You got anything else you want to bring up on that topic? On that one
On the
movie?
Super Bowl, on the movie? No, that's about it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and move forward. Switching gears. Trump on Truth Social, he just posted a post of the former First Lady Michelle Obama and President Barack Obama as apes. Now, here's the deal, man. A lot of people on the right push back on it as well as the left because it's just blatantly racist. And he has yet to apologize for having that post up. When it first came out, I think, who was it? Was it Kristi Noem that talked to her? It wasn't Kristi Noem, but somebody else. They asked her, and she said, stop with the fake outrage.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't remember the fuck it was. But anyways, and they said it's not fake outrage. People are really frustrated. This seems to be very overtly racist. And he's like, well, do we have other things to worry about? And it's like, what? And then a lot of people gave him shit, and eventually, 12 hours later, it got taken down. But it was up for quite some time. They blamed somebody and a staffer for putting it up. Just a bunch of misinformation. This is what I got to say. I would hope going forward that, and this is everybody, but I would hope going forward that white America would notice racism when it's not overt. So, for example, it took black people getting called monkeys for you to notice this guy was a racist. Like, the amount of shit that this motherfucker has been doing for years. I think it'd be great for people to notice microaggressions. A microaggression are behaviors associated with somebody that has a bias. So, for example, back in the 80s, there was they called it the Central Park Five. These 5 black boys that they blamed for, was it a rape, right? Like a rape slash. I think it was
girl jogging through Central Park.
Central Park. They blamed 5 black boys for it, and all of them were innocent. And Donald Trump put out a ad in the paper to like basically bring them to justice, you know. And none of them had done anything wrong. So not only that he's had multiple discrimination lawsuits against him for not hiring blacks or people of color. Outside of that, he's referred to peaceful protests that had predominantly black people as thugs inciting violence. He's had all these things happening, and he gets the benefit of the doubt. I feel like when people talk about white privilege, I think the way that white people interpret white privilege is like, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I'm not rich. We're not talking about money when we talk about white privilege. White privilege is the benefit of the doubt, right? So let me ask you this. All the shit that's going on with Trump, he's in the Epstein files over like 4,800 times, right? Not only is in there over that many times, he posted Barack and his wife as monkeys. He's literally infringed on your Second Amendment rights by stating that Alex Preddy should have not had a weapon at a protest, which he was a lawful gun-holding citizen. Even the NRA spoke in behalf of Alex Preddy. And one of the bread and butters of conservatives is protecting their rights, as protecting their Second Amendment rights. And here's a guy that directly threatened your Second Amendment rights. How much does this nigga have to do for you to understand he is unfit for this job? If Barack Obama and Trump switch places, would you ever trust a black man that much? I just want you to ask yourself that question. If they switch places, would you ever trust a black man that much? I don't think you would. You would not trust a black man that had his arms around Jeffrey Epstein. You would not trust a black man that was in the Epstein files over 4,800 times. You would not trust a black man that said, grab him by the pussy. You would not trust a black man that was in the Epstein files stating like, I like young women, typically younger ones. Like, you would not trust a black man that did any of that shit. You wouldn't trust him. And I wouldn't blame you. Right? Because I wouldn't trust him either. And I don't trust this guy, and I wouldn't trust a black man. That's my being objective. Objectively speaking, I would not trust him. Whenever I seen, like even the last administration, whenever I seen Joe Biden falling down, going up Air Force One, first of all, nigga, how do you fall going up? Number one. I seen him. He's failed during his 4 years. He fell down 4 times. That nigga had a one fall down a year average.
Oh dang.
Yeah. So
He was
fell-
original fall off.
Yeah, it was a real fall off there.
It's Jay Biden and J. Cole. They're
Yeah.
both falling off.
Yeah, instead of Jay Balvin, it's Jay Fallen. This guy, I didn't trust he was on a cognitive decline, and I seen that. And I spoke out against it. But it just seems like nobody can say anything about Trump. It's crazy.
But nobody cares though.
They don't care.
Yeah. Which is like, this is the biggest thing. Like I think that we can point out these things. The only people that care are like the people in the middle. You start to see guys like Andrew Schultz and Joe Rogan, speaking out against the administration and the things that they're doing. But if you're a super right leaning person, you don't really care what Donald Trump does. And part of this too is like all of these things were there prior to him being president. So that's how you know they don't really care.
Just Phil, 34 felony counts, the whole shit with Stormy Daniels, all this stuff, and y'all still trust him. I've never, and when I talk about what white privilege is, it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the benefit of the doubt. You give him the benefit of the doubt because you cannot see anything wrong with him. And that's a problem. And that's when you gotta check yourself. You got to check yourself, man. This motherfucker did all the... What is it that's making you believe in this guy? And would you still have that same belief if he was black? You got to be honest with yourself, please. Because I'm done with the bullshit. I'm not candy coating anything. I'm not... If this nigga could post the president or former president as monkey, I don't got to candy coat nothing. He was upfront about him not... And then he also didn't apologize. The reporter just asked him, I have the clip here. She just asked him, this nigga said, no, I didn't do anything wrong.
Insisting he did not make a mistake after that blatantly racist video was posted on his own social media account, and the president is now claiming that he did not see the part of the video that depicted former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. The president's comments coming after an avalanche of backlash over the video that was posted late Thursday night. But at first, the White House press secretary defended the president's post, saying, please stop the fake outrage. But the criticism only grew from there, including from Republican leaders who rarely disagree with President Trump on anything. For instance, Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, the Senate's only black Republican, called Trump's post the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. Congressman Mike Turner of Ohio called the post offensive, heartbreaking, and unacceptable. Then about 12 hours after the video was posted, it was taken down. After that, a White House official told ABC News that a White House staffer erroneously made the post, but Gio, the press secretary, has not walked back her defense of the racist image, and the president is not apologizing.
All right, Selena, thank you so much for your reporting there.
Yeah, man. That's the gist of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this nigga, I think he said it out of his mouth.
Would you condemn that video as racist?
It's not, we shouldn't be posting things like that. But as he said, it wasn't him. He's got a big group that's posting, and we know he's got a quirky sense of humor.
Quirky?
Very, very
invoking Jim Crow stereotypes
very,
that used to justify slavery.
Very, very quirky that
Decades and decades.
I don't think it was intended, and I think it's unfortunate that it came out.
Why hasn't he apologized for it, do you think?
That I can't answer for Donald Trump. I know he did say, had he seen it, he wouldn't have liked it either. So that's his underway of apologizing.
I think you look crazy when you try to absolve him of anything. Mm-hmm. You just look stupid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's insane that we live in a country where the leader of the free world is calling black people monkeys. This is the same guy, right? We could go ahead and really move on. There's not a whole bunch to talk about. We could just merge the whole World Series Dodgers conversation into this. Mm-hmm. He removed Jackie Robinson's military service. He did a DEI purge. And when he did that shit, he did it before the Dodgers were supposed to visit the White House. And Dave Roberts just went there anyways, which I thought was insane. Mm-hmm. He's trying to erase black history, which is American history. Mm-hmm. why does it seem like to me the only people that are American are white people now? I've never thought that, Bad Bunny performing would make y'all want to create a whole new halftime show, or the fact that doing a DEI purge means removing Jackie Robinson, who broke the color barrier in baseball, removing everything from his military service. So he fought for this country, broke the color barrier, and that's not enough for him to be recognized as an American?
Nope.
This is why you can't have these old motherfuckers as president. When he was a kid, it was perfectly normal to push black people to the ground, put water hoses on them, all kind of bullshit. And now this motherfucker gets old, and he still subscribes to that old, antiquated way of thinking, and he's the president of the United States, and you motherfuckers just lick his balls. That's all y'all do. You guys are just pathetic. You cannot think for yourself. You got to know between what's right and what's wrong. I'm not here to say that the Democrats are right, because they got work to do themselves. But this is more of a moral thing, man. If you are okay, like if I see you out with a MAGA hat now, I know that, like, I know what time it is on you. Like if I see you with a red Trump hat, I'm like, oh yeah, he don't like blacks. This motherfucker letting it be known he don't like blacks. Yeah, there was a guy, I remember I told you I had a conversation with this guy. He had a MAGA hat on. We was talking about cereal and shit. Everything was cool. It wasn't no problem.
Yeah.
I already knew that Trump wasn't shit back even then, but I wasn't even going to give that elderly man a hard time. But now, I wouldn't have nothing to say to that motherfucker now.
Yeah.
Because your president called me a monkey, and I'm not cool with that. And if there's no camera around, I'm going to look around. If ain't no camera around, and you do anything and rub me the wrong way, or you think you can call me a monkey, you can be picking your teeth up off the motherfucking ground. Yeah, that ain't it, man. Yeah, this is 2026.
Yeah.
Go ahead and merge it before we move in there. The Dodgers visiting the White House. Dave Roberts was asked if he planned on visiting the White House. This is before the monkey shit that went on, and he said he has every intention of visiting the White House to keep the tradition going, and he's not going to make it political, right? And he's just going to go because it's tradition, right? But here's the problem with that. If you go to the White House as a black man, even though he's biracial, he's a black man. He's a black presenting man. If you go to the White House after he depicted the president and his wife as monkeys, and you go and shake that man's hand, it's a disgrace to Jackie Robinson. It's a disgrace to Cool Papa Bell. It's a disgrace to Satchel Paige and all the other black men that got called niggers and monkeys. Just so they just wanted to play baseball. They got called niggers, monkeys, and they got death threats. And now here it is in 2026, and Dave Roberts, you about to take your stupid ass to the White House to shake his fucking hand. That is to me, that's not even being a good employee. That's literally a mismanagement of your integrity. I don't respect that shit at all. At all. And then it's disrespectful to Mookie Betts, your only black player on the roster. You let
That
him
other outfielder is black too, ain't he?
He's gone now. He went to the Giants. He with y'all now.
Oh, but he would be at the thing, right?
That's a good point. Possibly. Because the baseball is a little weird like that. Like even if you're on another team, they'll bring
He
you in.
can still go, yeah.
They can bring you in. Yeah. So the two black players that were on the roster, and then also the Latino players people are getting pulled out of their houses, they're being targeted. And then it's bad for even the white players on your team because you're going to make them look like they subscribe to calling us monkeys. So nobody wins.
But the white players don't have to go.
No, they don't have to go. That's what I'm saying. They don't have to go. But if I'm white and the leader of the free world called another president and his wife monkeys, and I have a player on my team that I consider a friend, I'm riding with my friend.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's like, I can't even see a scenario where that happened. But like I can't even imagine a scenario the other way around. But if I know somebody, if I know somebody that is blatantly disrespectful to white people, like imagine, you got an uncle, a cousin or a grandpa that's from the deep South that didn't have the best relationships with white people, and you got a homie that's like a best friend, and you know that a grandpa or somebody just be outwardly saying super racist stuff like get this unseasoned white bread or whatever. It's like I'm not gonna have my friends around this person. I mean, around my family, knowing
I don't
that
even hit the same though.
it's not gonna hit the same because with black people it's just words. With there's a historical context behind a lot of the racial things with us, the hangings and the burnings and shit like that. But in general, I just wouldn't feel comfortable bringing somebody that I'm cool with in an environment in which they would be relegated to, being reduced.
Yeah.
But nah, man, there's that. I just, it's a tough time to be a Dodger fan, man. It's a lot of we got some very flawed history as Dodger fans.
Yeah. I think if he goes, I don't care. But I will say I think his statement about like I don't want to make this political is a little
That's stupid.
Dumb because everything is political. Especially being the coach or the manager of the LA Dodgers. You have too many people there that are being affected by ICE, and then like you said, you're a black manager in baseball. You got one very talented black athlete on your team, like Golden Glove winning athlete on your team, or one of the leaders on your team. So I just think that it's like to say that I don't want to make it political is kind of dumb. Like everything is politics. Whether you're at work, you're at the schools. Like politics are our life. Everything we do is in some way, shape, or form shaped by politics. So him making that choice to go there is like him wanting to go there. It's pretty easy. Even if he did go there, and it would if he had more of an opinion on the matters, the things that are going on, that makes sense. But there's been so many teams that haven't gone to the White House, like entire teams, and or athletes that just sat out. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be anything for them not to go. So. It's the Dodgers for you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything for him to go.
Yeah,
how's that?
I'm saying it like if he didn't go, it's not. I'm saying it hasn't not been done before. Like there's been a lot of different teams that haven't showed up at the White House, so he doesn't have to go.
No, he doesn't have to go, but I think he made that commitment. I think that some of the first to really do it was the Warriors. When they chose not to go to the White House. They did that quite a while ago. But it's a testament to how bad you're doing when people don't want to show up. They showed up for George Bush. Everybody showed up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Freaking remember the Steelers won and George Bush spotted Joey Porter. He's like, so I heard that old Joey Porter doesn't like me very much from what I hear. And everybody was just laughing and stuff. So it's crazy.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
They both got roots in Bakersfield.
Huh?
So they both got roots in
They
Bakersfield.
do, huh? The dad does. Yeah, the dad does. Yeah, so I thought I think about that and all the NBA teams, and remember they showed it was an old video of when the Lakers won the championship in 2000, I think it was, and they was at the White House, and it was up there with Bush, and they had all these pictures and stuff, and I was like, dang,
That's crazy.
so all these all these different administrations have had, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball.
But this is the first time where people are not showing up.
This is the first time, they're not showing up. Yeah, I remember. Remember when Clemson won? And
I'm not gonna say first because I haven't lived my life long enough. But just in terms of like my lifetime, this is a very recent thing that we've been experiencing with Donald Trump.
I remember. Was it Clemson that won? And they ended up going to the White House.
The football team.
Yeah, and he's like, lots of burgers, lots of food, lots of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Very, very Carl's. A lot of these guys are going to love Carl's. Carl's is the best. Carl's. I'm just like, bro.
Yeah.
This is not gourmet food, man. There's no way
That
I'm
was a
getting
bunch of burgers. It's crazy.
just a bunch of fast food burgers at that, just processed bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this much: off my salary, I could. If the whole team is going to be too expensive, but I get that whole defensive line and offensive line and get them a good hearty meal.
Mm-hmm.
Steaks, potatoes with a veggie, some broccolini or something like that on the side, like a big ass meal with a big old roll or something like that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, man, you gotta eat like a man.
Yeah. I'm sure I got chefs and stuff in there too. I don't know why.
These Division
That would
One
be an
colleges
issue.
be eating good.
Yeah.
Them boys be eating good, like good. There was a Division One player that they showed his before and after. He was a linebacker, and he was a middle linebacker. He was only weighing 200 pounds flat, and I think he had redshirted. And by the time he went out there, he was 231 pounds,
Dang.
and
That's solid.
he wasn't fat either.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But all that weight training they got, first of all, you got a strength coach. You got a diet that's crazy, right? I don't know how good they drug test these guys, though. Some of these guys look like they could be doing something. Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them. I don't know what they taking. Some of these guys look like they're taking something.
Yeah.
And you got all these parties, man. Yeah, a lot of these guys, they go to schools like Colorado, it's a culture shock. Especially if you're black.
Yeah.
You go to Colorado, there are no black people there. The only black people there, they play on the same team as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I would say that's most people's experience at any college.
Really?
Yeah. There's no black people anywhere. So
There's
the
not.
only black people you know is your parents. Everybody else is white.
You got to understand, like, we're 13% of the country, so we're not, unless it's an HBCU or something, there's not that much of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been to two, major universities.
What they call it, PWIs? 'Cause
Yeah,
you went to fucking
I went to Iowa State.
Iowa State.
And I went to New Mexico State, and it's a handful of black people.
There's a handful at New Mexico State? Mm-hmm. God damn.
Yeah. And it's mostly, and there's no black people in New Mexico in general, or like the southwest part of Texas, where a lot of the kids are from as well. So, yeah, you don't really see no black people. If you, if I have a teenager, it's like 16, 17 years old in there, hoping to experience like college or whatever, I think that's something that you should definitely let them know. Unless they're going to a HBCU, you're not going to see a lot of black people in general at most universities. But I think a lot of people that go to those HBCUs have a great experience just being around their people. Because you have black people that are engineers, and black people that are studying film, and black people that are going to be doctors and all kind of cool stuff. So you don't really get to experience that anywhere else.
Yeah. What are they like? I'm sorry to bother you, but like I'm not really used to seeing black people. My name is Emily. I'm from Oregon. You'd be like, what's up, Emily? So, like, do you play football? Like, nah, I'm here to be a doctor. Because every time, if you go to a college campus and there's not very many black people, then automatically you're just an athlete.
Yeah.
They're never going to assume you like there for like something serious. It's going to be like, oh, I know they probably confuse you as an athlete a lot.
No, not really.
Not really?
No. Yeah, no one ever thought. You could kind of tell who the athletes are. Like, even if I, may look like I'm in shape and whatnot. Like, athletes, they walk around campus in their slides. Like, they got their backpack on. And, you could just kind of, even the girls that are athletes, like, you just kind of know.
Tell.
Like, just the way they carry themselves.
What was it?
Track or something.
You was on an app or something you said you were on, and they were talking about, like, they wanted, like, black friends, but not the ones that wore slides or something like that?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, you said it was like an app that was for the university.
Oh, maybe. There was an app called Yik Yak.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I don't remember that specifically.
Yeah, they said they were like wanted to have black friends, but not like the black friends that wore like Nike slides or something.
That's crazy.
Like, oh my
People
God.
they be saying some wild stuff.
Like you know, some people don't realize they're being racist. They be like, "Yeah, you're one of the good ones, man."
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, "What? One of the good ones? What's that mean?" It's just like with the shit that like they'll be like, "Oh man, you're really pretty for a black girl."
Yeah, you hear that.
That's crazy.
College is a space too where it's super political. I
Yeah.
remember when Trump got elected, there was people walking around with MAGA hats on out there.
Really?
Yeah, doing their thing, make America great again, gear and whatnot. Yeah.
Wow.
Even like I remember like there was like a Meninism movement where like it was like the opposite of like feminism.
Meninism? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was like a whole little subculture, like people kind of the same way MAGA is, but just for like I guess men in terms of like something that is like directly against the world becoming more feminine or feminism or whatever. So you just see like stuff like that, but I'd be like, dog, these kids, they 19, 20, 21 years old, and these are the future voters. These are the people that are going to be making decisions for our country.
Yeah, I don't think there's time for a Meninism movement. That's crazy.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of these young guys be on the internet all day watching them fresh and fit guys.
Oh yeah.
They be mad. Like it was this young man that I seen in the gym, and he like showed me some clip or something. It was like a fresh and fit, and he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "It's crazy, man. These girls just think they're too much." I said, "Brother, you got to turn that shit off.
Yeah.
You got to turn that shit off."
Right.
Like he's like, "No, I mean they speak like real facts about stuff, man. I don't know if you've seen them before." I was like, "My brother, you got to turn that shit off. You got to turn it off."
Yeah, be able to think. I mean, I think that just in general, like you got to consume information is great, but you got to be able to think for yourself. And I
Yeah.
think that that's the most important thing. Why you should turn that off. Listen to some music while you're working out, like or an audio book or something like that. Something that'll feed your brain, not that toxic stuff.
Man, I really don't want to give them no more airplay, man. That's all they get from me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dude with the bad hairline, Myron. All right, man, let's wrap this thing up. Switching gears. Kevin James, Morris Brown fired and rehired. Let me go ahead and read the article here. Does the video pop up on there?
No, the video is the one I texted you, so you'd have to just pull it up.
Let me
there.
play that video.
Well, you got to give context first.
Okay, I could go to the article. That's
Yeah.
fine. Morris Brown president returns after abrupt termination. In an abrupt reversal, Morris Brown College reinstated its former president Tuesday after dismissing him without explanation. Kevin E. James, who had served as Morris Brown's chief administrator since 2019, was fired by college officials January 12th, a move that claimed deeply concerning on a social media post. On Tuesday, however, the trustees at the historically black college in Atlanta backtracked. After careful review, the board determined that Dr. James' separation from the college did not fully comply with the procedural and contractual agreements outlined in his employment agreement. The College Board of Trustees wrote in a statement, the board recognizes its responsibility to adhere and establish governance standards and to correct actions that fall short of those obligations. Okay, so maybe they caught themselves. They probably could have got sued.
It probably was a technicality.
Right.
You know how it is, like especially in like court cases and stuff. Somebody murdered somebody, but they may not have the proper evidence, so they release them or something like that.
Was that called a? It's not called a hung jury, is it?
Well, a hung jury is when they don't come to a decision.
Got you.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes they do like if sometimes they'll arrest somebody and then they can't keep them because they don't have enough like evidence or something like
So
that.
was that considered like inconclusive or what?
No, inconclusive would be more so like if you have like certain DNA things like something. I don't know if there's a term for that specifically, but
Got it.
yeah, they would just release the person.
All right. So this is one of the reasons why I guess he had been released. But there's a video with him and two women on a FaceTime, and let's give it some context.
No, now he's fired.
Oh, he's fired now.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
yeah.
But this is the recent rehired president telling an employee his intention to have sex with her and setting up a quid pro quo relationship. Oh, crap. Damn.
big picture. Like, okay, if I bring Jess to Atlanta, become her mentor, and hire her, I even thought the other day that I might even have you as my executive assistant, right? You know, if I give you the dick, then you might not be able to
handle that.
to handle it. So, did you enjoy that Super Bowl, America?
That's crazy. That's
If
crazy.
I give it a dick, like what?
I don't know if you can handle it. That's the type of people that should never be in power. He's trying, he's literally leveraging his power to fuck just to fuck. It's
To be the mentor.
It's crazy.
But also like to have sex with this woman.
You know what makes these people even worse is that they've done this before.
Right.
They've gotten away with doing this. Mm-hmm. Maybe twice, maybe 2 different times, and now they think that every woman is up for that.
Yeah.
Women that have a moral code are not going. They're not going to agree or allow this. What they're going to do is they're going to let you hang yourself. They're going to let you get real comfortable with them. You're going to say all this freaky nasty shit. They're going to make you think that it's okay, and they're recording you the whole time. Mm-hmm. And they're going to get your ass fired.
Yeah, that happens for sure.
Yeah, but that's what you get, nigga. You got to control yourself, man.
I like that type of stuff too because it basically prevents them from doing that to other people.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times what happens in entertainment and college situations and stuff like that is people don't say anything. They just kind of treat it as like a oral story or something like that, where people just kind of tell their friends, like, man, this person did this to me or this person was talking like this to me. But in reality, we need to take it to a bigger platform. And, this will he more than likely will be out of a job or, out of an opportunity to be a president of another university, especially because he's essentially like, I don't know if coerce is the word. Maybe coercion is involved in that. But, he's using his power to essentially have sex with these people.
Yeah, it's coercion.
Offering them jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, that's wild. That's a wild thing to say, like on the phone.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of women outside of your institution that will want to have sex with you if they find out. First of all, just be a man of integrity. If you're like a solid looking dude and you smell good and you make a decent living and you speak well and you respect yourself and you respect women, then somebody's bound to give you some pussy somewhere.
Right.
This is how it works, man. You don't have to coerce women that are in your workspace to give you pussy. That's just not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, look here. I could give you the dick, and then I could give you a raise, but I can't give you the raise and then give you the dick. I got to give you the dick first, then you get the raise. It's like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. And then I got to know if you could handle the dick.
That's wild.
It's like,
man.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wait, he's still on the website, so I actually don't know the status of his thing. But I guess
old
that
is that
video came out. How old is he?
This dude got to be in his late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, I don't know if it says his name on there. I mean, his age on there.
You'd be surprised how many people in high-ranking positions are just morally bankrupt.
Right.
It's a bunch of pastors, a bunch of people. There's a defensive end, I believe, that plays for the Falcons. You know the basketball player, Rickea Jackson? From the Sparks, LA Sparks, the very pretty black girl. Mm-hmm. Okay. This nigga was stalking her. And and I guess he was putting his hands on her recently.
Who was?
The dude, he played for the Atlanta Falcons. It's
Oh,
her
okay.
boyfriend.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that nigga got on the plane. He had intentions of finding her, nigga.
Dang.
They got his ass, too.
Dang.
Man, this is crazy, bro. Yeah, that's Rickea Jackson boyfriend. This shit crazy, yo. James Pierce Jr., that's who it is, Atlanta Falcons, arrested. This nigga look crazy, man. After alleged domestic dispute with Rickea Jackson. Alleged domestic dispute. Around 6:58 p.m. local Saturday, February 7th, NFL linebacker, was booked in Turner Guilford Night Correctional Facility, according to the Associated Press. His arrest came after Doral police received reports of domestic dispute between a man and a woman. Pierce allegedly fled from responding police before crashing his car at a Northwest oh God, 103rd Avenue reported allegedly had a domestic dispute. Falcon said the statement after Pierce's arrest, we are aware of the incident, that he going to end up ending his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you got this beautiful woman.
Yeah, if I'm an NFL owner, I'm not going nowhere near the
Nah, man, you putting your hands on women, I can't fuck with you, man.
He's a first-round pick, too.
Yeah, he is. She was at the draft party with him.
I feel like it's important to send, like, I think redemption is always great. Like, I do think that people do make mistakes, and they should have an opportunity to be able to redeem themselves. But I also think that there should be, like, some very stern consequences for certain things, you know. And I think the domestic violence thing like that, and some of these be like, I don't know, maybe like a heat of the moment thing where, like,
Right.
you know, things get out of hand and that's one story. But a lot of these be like, dude, like continually putting their hands, and then the women don't actually say nothing until it like becomes so crazy that their eyes black and their lip is swollen and she got to go to practice the next day. And it, like, you know, it just gets kind of like that. But yeah, I feel like some of these situations is one and done. You know, go sit down somewhere, do your time in jail or prison, and then get out, and hopefully you can, you know, lead some groups about domestic violence and, you know, tell the world how you change your life. But I don't think you should be able to play in the NFL no more. I think you screwed that opportunity up.
He was one of the runner-up for Rookie of the Year. He had 10.5 sacks. You know, but I'm like, bro, you put your hands on women. I don't respect that. If I was a head coach of like let's say a high school program, I would just put my, you know, I would literally draw a line in the sand at the beginning of the season. Say, hey, listen, if I hear anything about you forcing yourself on women, putting your hands on women, being super inappropriate, doing this, that, and the third, I want all the parents present too. I am going to swiftly kick your son off this team, and I don't want him around my players. If they do this, that, you know, if there's like a legitimate pending investigation of something going on, then we could have a discussion. But if you are outright wrong and you've been like, there's something legitimately going on, you got to get off this team. Like, period. Because there are too many coaches that jeopardize their integrity just because they want to win games. You know, they got a dude that's a complete fuck up that's on the team, and you know he done bullied somebody or stole money from somebody or something, and you got him on the team because he's your best running back.
I had this idea, you know, because I coach as well. Say you are in, it's a Valley Championship, right? Say the Valley Championship on Friday of that week, but you're also like maybe like a teacher on campus. You walk in the bathroom or you walk past the bathroom and you see your star quarterback in the bathroom smoking weed. Do you let it slide or do you take it to the dean?
Man, yeah, I think I've answered this before. If you've literally set the foundation early in the season, you got to say, hey, listen, I need you to go home and talk to your parents. I'm getting the backup ready for tonight's game.
So you throw the backup in there?
Yep, you got to. You got to have your backup ready.
Yeah.
You got to have a guy back there. He may not be the most talented or the most tall or whatever, but if you don't care enough about your career, then I don't care neither. You know, I care about this team. But if I know that you smoke weed, right, and I let you slide, and then if you dumb enough to be smoking weed in the bathroom, there were witnesses there that seen you doing it, and they also seen me as your head coach. How does that make me look?
Yeah.
Right? Chances are you're not going to be the only one in there smoking, and then I walk in there. That's not how it goes. Typically, there's always some other fucking kid in there, and now I'm looking stupid. No thanks.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, man. I don't got much else to offer, man. And, you know, that Super Bowl, I'm fighting sleep from that goddamn terrible game that I just watched.
Yeah, I was getting sleepy in there.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, Bad Bunny woke me up. And then after Bad Bunny got off the stage, then I start going back to bed. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah. Hopefully basketball season is a little bit more exciting. But, yeah, I haven't really locked into basketball. The thing with basketball, too, is it used to be so much more structured. in terms of where the games are playing.
Yes.
You knew that the games were either on ESPN or TNT. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday they would have the games on ABC. But now the games are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Dog. It's
They be on Prime
Prime,
here.
and it's just like
come on,
it's
man.
not. It's like you guys are making it too hard for us to watch sports.
It's bad. The Lakers used to be on KCAL 9,
Yes.
and they used to be on Fox Sports West. That was it. Fox Sports West, KCAL 9.
Yes.
That's you watch all the games you needed to watch with those two channels. You can watch like over 80+% of the games from those two channels.
And then it would double, like if they were, like if it was like a Wednesday night or Thursday night or whatever it would be, that they would still have their own broadcast, and then they would be playing on TNT or ESPN or whatever. Then you dip back and forth, and then you would probably watch KCAL 9 because it was the or Sports Fox Sports West because
It's a local broadcast.
yeah, because they're kind of biased towards the Lakers, so you would watch that to hear those commentators, but yeah.
Yeah. The KCAL 9 was like Stu Lance and Chick Hearn and shit back in the day.
Yep.
But the oldest Laker broadcast was the Lakers Live. It was on Channel 45. They had the Lakers Live on 45. Lakers. That was like 94, 95.
Dang.
I was a little kid. I was probably like third grade.
Yeah.
But they had about fourth grade. And that's when the Lakers were sorry as a motherfucker. They were sorry. I remember that roster, man. That's when they had Vlade, they had Sean Rooks, Eldon Campbell was there. I think Cedric Ceballos was there. Eddie Jones had just popped up. Damn, was it Anthony Peeler or Sadell Threet? One of them. But yeah, Lakers wasn't shit back then.
Trash.
Yeah, it was trash. And now the issue is I'll be in no slight to Bron, but I'll be glad when he retires or he just bounces, because I don't care for this team.
I think that yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing about Bron, but I do think that it's gonna be hard for them to win a championship, and I think it'll be easier for them to build a team when like Luka is the guy.
Yes.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. The way the league is set up now, the Thunder they're really good. There's a couple other teams that have really good records right now. Teams that are young and hungry, and I don't really see the Lakers really making any noise in terms of the postseason. I think they're like the 7th seed right now, maybe a 6th seed or something like that. So that's the formula for a very early playoff exit. But I think it's hard. I think I would imagine the owners of the Lakers and the coaches of the Lakers feel like they have to ride it out.
Hey, yo.
I feel like they probably feel like they have to be loyal to LeBron. Like, I can imagine somebody trading LeBron. Like, that would be the biggest news in NBA history if a player is as elite as LeBron James gets traded. That would be wild. So, yeah, I think they're going to ride it out until he retires, and then, that's going to be – then they're going to be able to rebuild and stuff.
I think he's going to retire after this season.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
The only reason I don't think so is because I think that he would want a victory lap.
Yeah.
The same way Kobe was able to say, hey, this is, my last season. The only thing that I would say is if he says it like during the season.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be seeing certain stuff he doing now, like he'll stand and just be standing there looking around the whole stadium, or he stopped in the middle of the third quarter and went and kissed his wife.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's acting different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if he, it may be possible, but it's going to come it's going to come post, like maybe after the All-Star break. Because he didn't even, I think he's made the All-Star team now, but he wasn't one of the top, he wasn't even a starter.
No, he wasn't, no.
So I think that's like letting him know, like,
Yes, his stuff is
I'm a
in
little older. I don't really, he's still athletic because his ceiling was so high.
there. Yeah, right. Right.
It's like even if you're not as quick or fast or jump as high anymore,
still
like you
that
would
guy.
still jump. Like if you jump 45 inches, maybe you jump like 40 40 inches now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good comparison because sometimes he get up high and a motherfucker still. You be like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the heck was that?
Yeah, his head be by the rim.
You be like, oh, bruh. You know what I think he's afraid of? He's afraid of leaving too early and not getting that last one. I think he might have to end up going back to Cleveland, bro.
That's what people are saying, but I don't think it's going to work now because they got James Harden over there and Donovan Mitchell. And I don't think that the Cleveland organization, I don't think they want to blow that nucleus up. Because I don't know what their record is, but they got some good young players over there.
Yeah. Wherever LeBron goes, I think he has to go to a team that has the promise of winning. Could you see LeBron in New York?
I don't think a lot of teams want him, to be honest.
Ooh, fuck.
Because you got to think, like, it's different when it's LeBron at early 30s, you know, coming onto your team, and you like, yo, like, he's, you know, we'll blow up the team for this guy. But now, like, there's teams winning without him. So
Yeah.
I don't think, and he's older, and, you know, I think.
No, we talking about New York, man.
But they already got, I mean, they didn't they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals
They did.
last year, so I don't think that they they made it to the championship last year, didn't they?
No, that was the Pacers.
The Pacers made it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, they made it to the conference
That's how
finals.
much you don't care about the Knicks.
I mean, I don't. I'm not looking out for the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson like he worked for Amazon or something. Like he delivered packages.
Yeah.
It's like a guy. Man, let's get out of here, man. Hey, folks, if you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
Boy K Fiends.
We're out of here.
Peace.